Welcome forward into today's discussion. This is your daily urgency meeting on resilience, your 500 seconds of resilience. I mentioned before that I'm distilling the content and context and concepts from the book Resilience, the Beauty of Presence. I haven't really taken the time yet to recite or read back to you what's in the book. I offer you the opportunity to acquire that book either as an audiobook, ebook, or the physical paperback book through Amazon or through my website, www.820podcast.com. But in the meantime, I'm going to start out today with sharing with you a key part of the book. So today's topic is called the presence quotient. The presence quotient, or PQ. I'm not talking about EQ, or the emotional quotient, or EI, the emotional intelligence. No, I'm talking about PQ, the presence quotient. Another part of the model compilation that I reference in my book that are intended to serve as process models for life for resolving issues or challenges on your journey. So you might want to consider, as you've heard maybe a couple of these podcast episodes, where I sign off with staying present, staying current. So in some ways that PQ, I could probably reclassify it as the currency quotient, or the CQ. But even better, I think I have to move that presence quotient even to the new PQ, which I'll probably start calling the production quotient. The parameters and the structure of the model and this PQ is still consistent, but for the sake of this discussion today, consider the PQ as the presence quotient or the production quotient having the same infrastructure. So that present quotient they write about and explain in the book is to further dive into, maintain, and examine your defined presence and currency. So in doing that part of this presentation today, I'm still refining the message already written in the book, but in this podcast episodes, I'm probably developing more and self-discovering more of how to make it more tangible and maybe digestible. So when I discussed the book Resilience, the Beauty of Presence, there's a section in the book, chapter 5, dedicated to PQ and for your reference. So even though I've chosen to update the title of PQ to now production quotient, those same 9 questions of the original PQ still persist. The intention of the PQ exercise is to assess honestly your intention to your own presence, and now production from within that presence. It's just a way to make those observations about resilience and beauty and love and vision and communication a bit sharper in your perspective of you and your purpose and progress. I will dig into this a little further. But here are the questions and the construct for PQ. The production quotient measures how you express what drives you. You always communicate a message, always. PQ serves as an attention checkpoint on your essence. The PQ assessment consists of 9 questions and 3 sections. The 3 sections are observe, balance, communicate. With each question having a value of plus or minus 0.1 value. Applying a time parameter to the exercise for either 5, 10, 15, 30, even 60 minutes establishes a baseline for your PQ. So I'm going to outline verbally and audio, is that a word? At least verbally on this podcast, how you can envision those 9 questions. The first section is observe. And the first 3 questions. Did you prepare to listen to the discussion? Yes, plus or minus 0.1. Did you understand the agenda for the discussion or the meeting? Yes, plus or minus 0.1. Did you take mental and or physical notes on the discussion? Again, yes or no, plus or minus 0.1. Next section, balance. Did you have a prepared answer, direction, or result for the discussion/meeting? Yes or no, 0.1. Did you feel the discussion agenda applied to what drives you? Plus or minus 0.1. Did you offer suggestions to resolve an issue in the discussion or meeting? Plus or minus 0.1. Yes or no. The third section, communicate. How many times did your attention drift away from the discussion? None, plus 0.1. Few or several times, minus 0.1. Did you start or contribute to side discussions or conversations in the meeting? Yes, minus 0.1. No, plus 0.1. Last question. What drove your interest in the meeting, the agenda, the discussion? Courage or curiosity? That'd be a plus 0.1. But for vanity and posture, a negative 0.1. So starting at 1 with yourself, when you start this exercise, start at 1. And then you assess your answers to those questions. But starting at 1 with self and return to self doesn't mean selfish. You have accountability and responsibility for your actions throughout the day. The emphasis of every model and definition in resilience is intended to return you back to yourself. Everything you do starts and returns to you. During the day, you experience things that you cannot control, but you can apply your PQ to every moment. So, that's all I have for now as far as the introduction to this concept called PQ. I know it's very difficult to visualize this audio summary, but if you have interest in PQ, please hop over to the website, 820podcast.com. That way you can check it out there or contact me directly and I can send you the summary part of the book and we can discuss it that way. But also in closing, think about this. This is one small way to measure your own presence, currency, and production. But ask yourself this, every day, every moment, what is your presence? Where is your presence? What is your production? No need to keep asking you to keeping it at 100, as I say, keep it at 100. I will ask you this question. Are you keeping yourself at 1 with yourself? Are you at 1 with yourself? Thanks again. Stay present, stay current. It's always 820.